Yo, Frank back again here with another. Actually, it's due to overwhelming response to the Manglish, the Manglish and the English versus Manglish show upload that I did. There's a clamor for me to do more, so I'm uploading another program. So this is it, another program. Okay, and I'm using my B8 system live sound. Okay, so I just give myself a clap too. And due to overwhelming response, I'm back again with my English versus Manglish program. Many of my listeners were kind of like intrigued of the fact that my father and mother, no, okay, my father and was of British ancestry, while my mom was Portuguese. Actually, I called her Portugoose because I thought that the word goose is singular and the word geese is plural. Geese plural, goose singular. So I called my mom a Portugoose because I thought she was the only one that was a Portuguese. She actually her name was Monterio, and uh, and because we were kind of mixed British. Portuguese, Serrani ancestry, whatever. My dad's name was Charles Michael, typical British name, but he named me Francis Clifford. I hated the name, Francis Clifford. I wondered why. He said he named me after the first British governor. I was born in Penang Island. I was born in a place called Green Lane. Green Lane. It's now I think it's called Bukit Klugo or something like that. Green Lane, and we were like in a British area. Our neighbors are British, behind British, beside, left, right, center, all British. And my dad named me after the founder of the Penang Island, which was Francis Light. Sir, don't forget the word Sir Francis Light. And he was the first British governor of Penang Island. He was one who founded Penang Island. In fact, even Province Wellesley, kind of history tells us. Sorry about they're all closing their shutters now. The shutters are very noisy. Okay, so back to this. Eventually he took a cannon and he shot a cannon across the from Penang Island to Province Wellesley to get the natives to clear the land in Province Wellesley, and this cannon was filled with gold coins, and basically the people had to like cut the trees down to get these gold coins. That was what history tells me. And of course, my second name, Francis Clifford. Clifford came from the first British governor of the Strait Settlement. Remember, the Strait Settlements were Penang, Selangor, whatever, Malacca, in Singapore. So Hugh Clifford was Sir. Remember, Sir Hugh Clifford. All the British, all except me. I'm not Sir. I wish I was Sir Francis. Sir Francis Clifford. Oh yeah, why not? Because of both Francis, Sir, Clifford, Sir. So I should be double Sir. Whatever. Anyway, so my second name was from Hugh Clifford, the governor of the Straits Settlement at that time. And being born under the British rule, I was born before 1957. You must remember that Malaysia got its independence from the British in 1957. Okay, that's where Tuanku Abdul Rahman managed to get the British to cede the island back to Malaysia, because the British were kind of stealing our spices and our rubber and tin, I think, was it? Whatever, I don't know. That's what history tells me. Okay, so if this program goes on to Britain and they say no, I don't care. Okay, so in my experience in before 1957, we were surrounded by this British, and I remember there's one British lady. I think what my mom tells me is she suffered a miscarriage, and then she was kind of fond of me. I was a little toddler then, little toddler. And I remember this lady would come up to me and say, Frank. My nickname was Frank anyway. Francis. When it's Francis, it's Frank. It's Frank or Frankie, whatever. That's how the British would. If you're William, you be Bill, and if you're Robert, you be Bob, and things like that. So I was Frank, and she would say, Frank, would you like to come in for a cup of tea? And I would say, no lah. You're tea lousy lah. But in spite of the fact that I was a bit rude, impolite, my demeanor was impolite. She always liked me, and she wanted to adopt me. In fact, she told my mom she wanted to, and was willing to pay her a handsome price to adopt me. And my mom refused, of course. I mean, and she kept telling my mom, you have 5 children. You can just let one of them go. What is that? And I'm going to give you a handsome price for. My mom said no, but she always reminded me of the fact whenever I misbehaved. She always reminded me of the fact that, hey, hello, I could have given you away and made some big mega bucks, but I refused because, Mom loves you. I said, hey, Mom, if you let me go, I would probably be in England now, and I would probably be rich. I would probably be an heir to. I heard that she had a miscarriage, and I would be the only child, and I would be the only heir to the British. For at that time, Britain was the center of the universe. They were practically colonizing every country. So they were the richest country at that time. I think America was non-existent. I think in America, people were still living in caves, or they were the Red Indians. I don't think they ever went over. Actually, it's the British who went over Mayflower, right? They went over to America. So at that time, America was probably non-existent, I think. So she would always harp on this topic and say that, I could have been, but then again, I don't know. Probably my sister actually eventually went off to England, and she got a permanent residence there because being born. What the British immigration official said was that we, prior to being born prior to independence, we are actually British citizens. We were kind of like born in Britain, although it was only a colony, but we were actually born in Dialect. Okay, whatever lah. But that's another story. Okay, my dad, who worked in British Telecoms then, later got a transfer to Kota Baru, Kelantan. Oh my God, Kota Baru, Kelantan. Kelantan is like one Ulu place where I picked up the Kelantanese dialect, the accent dialect. Loga Krate, they call it. I remember taking part in, not actually Kelantanese, the local Malays, they say it's very simple, just whenever a word ends with an or ang or whatever, you just change it to a. For example, makan would be makan, daging would be daging, ayam would be ayam, whatever lah. But I remember taking part in this DK Barat songs, which was some form of rap. It was a rap. It's the lyrics. Like, I give you an example. Cik Awe masuk kampung locek macam ke. Then everyone will follow. Cik Awe masuk kampung locek macam ke. Cik Mina pergi pasar beli cili sama lado. With the accent, the Kelantanese accent. And then eventually we'll go to a Wabule. Wabule is actually Wabulan. Wow is kite. Bulan is moon. But the way they pronounce it is Wabule. and it became a catchy song, a moon kite song. So whatever it is, we were in Kelantan for a while, and we spoke the dialect, and then eventually my dad got transferred to a place called Kuala Lumpur. Sounds familiar, right? Kuala Lumpur. The local Malays could not understand my Kelantan dialect. Whenever I went to a restaurant and ordered kecek, kecek Kelantan is talk with a Kelantanese accent. Kecek is speak. And I would order my food like air, dage, whatever. And they wouldn't understand. Even when I ordered the aiswam in Kelantan, we call it aiswe. I remember once I said, I asked about the class aiswe. This boy ran to the counter and he brought up a tape recorder. Not tape recorder, he brought out this CD player. In fact, at that time, it's already CDs already made his debut. No more tapes. So he put the CD on. He was rummaging through to find a certain CD. I don't know what CD he was looking for. He found the CD, he put it on, and he pressed the button, and it went, I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky. I realized he was playing the All for One song. I mean, in Kuala Lumpur, they were already well into American songs and stuff like that. All for One, it was quite a well-known group at that time. So he mistook my I Swear, which is I Swam, for the song I Swear, which was really very, very amusing. So, in fact, when we speak about Manglish, we actually, it was only in the English-speaking schools, like LaSalle, PJ, Victoria Institution, St. John's. These are the places where I learned how to speak the local Manglish. Okay, I also learned it from the Chinese boys, because Kuala Lumpur, most of them were Chinese, and they spoke Cantonese. Okay, not Mandarin, Cantonese, and I also learned how to speak Cantonese from these boys, and but unfortunately, all the words were vulgar, and every word tended to insult your mother. So, my mother wasn't too pleased about it. But they spoke lots of Chinese bad words, vulgarities, but most of the English were like, because I spoke, maybe sometimes I spoke with a bit of British, with a bit of Kelantanese. Now I got it all mixed up, dialect. What talking you? What talking you? And that what talking you is what are you talking about? Basically, it's a Manglish, And then they would ask me, I heard your mother father erosion. Yeah, erosion. I guess they're right, because they were of British and Portuguese ancestry, and their lineage was kind of eroded. So I guess, yeah, we are erosion. Yes, mother father erosion. Yes, we all erosion, and many of them will come and say, hey, can borrow some money. My father never give me pocket money. I think he forgot my father. Yeah, every time forget lah. And then some of them, the schoolboys, will come and punch each other. Actually, they punch each other on the shoulder, and they say, you don't. Why you do that? I know do you. Why you do me? Why you do me? I know punch you. I go tell teacher. I go tell teacher. Teacher is the word they use for teacher, but actually it sounds more like lizard in Bahasa Malaysia. Normally we will see when we see any classmates with new shoes. Some of them, their mothers are very particular. They would polish their shoes. We will all be wearing these white shoes. The kind of badminton master shoes, and they would polish it white with, and some of them if anyone was caught wearing brand new shoes, the minute they know some student was wearing brand new shoes, everybody would charge towards him and step on his shoe and make his shoe dirty, and he be a sensitive boy. He will probably cry and say, I know do you, why you do me? My mother will scold me, you don't do that lah. But I said, we told him that is the culture, that's the culture, we have to do that. Even if I was wearing a brand new pair of shoes, everybody will do that to me. So they kind of like got to accept it, especially in the school canteen, where we all gather and we hang around in the canteen. And there in the school canteen, if anyone would drop a glass of drink, and it goes down and it goes crashing down, and the whole canteen will go, die la. So it's kind of a culture. Die la. Means you are in big trouble because the guy is going to charge you for the glass. So of course, we would try not to drop any glass. And this speaking Manglish, by the way, we don't normally speak to our teachers in Manglish. I remember I wanted once to wish my teacher happy birthday, and I to avoid speaking in Manglish, I wanted to do it in Cantonese, so that I know she spoke Cantonese, so I wanted to do it in Cantonese. So I asked a friend of mine, can you translate happy birthday into Cantonese? I know now it's Shengre or whatever. No, but in Mandarin I know, but in Cantonese I didn't know how. So he gave me the translation, but actually it was not the right translation. It was something that insulted the teacher's mother. So the teacher, of course, knew that I got pranked. So the teacher said, "Who taught you that?" I said, "That fella la, lousy bugger la. He teach me all the wrong words." Teacher called him. Then I knew that he was already in trouble, okay? And what can I say? Die la, And the guy was really going to have it from the teacher because of not only speaking bad words, but teaching me bad words. And there was another incident where I was walking back to class when I saw one of the teacher's cars had a flat tire. And I ran up to the teacher and I said, Teacher, your tire punctured. Tire punctured. And instead of thanking me, he scolded me and said, in the first place, I am not a chicha, okay, meaning I'm not a lizard. And secondly, the word punctured is not pomche, okay? So you please say the right words, okay? They will try to inculcate the proper English to us and force us to speak Queen's English or whatever. I mean, say flat tire. So, I felt sorry about it. So I said, very sorry. Teacher shaking his head. I don't know what to do. How am I going to teach them? That's why sometimes I wonder. It's no wonder that teachers actually, many of the teachers, they kind of have mental problems, and many of them, the suicide rate among teachers, the teaching profession is kind of high. So sometimes people ask me, hey, your English so bad, your teacher committed suicide or not? You're so lousy that you're speaking. But it was later in life that I learned to go back to my roots and pick up the English that was inculcated by my parents and my aunties and my neighbors when I was young. And it kind of came back. It was buried for a while, and then it kind of came back. I'm not really that good. I don't speak like a typical British guy. But I do lots of these downloads in there. And people appreciate the fact that I am able to speak Manglish and Queen's English at the same time. Basically, I am being bilingual, okay, if you want to call it that. In the meantime, I see a lot of people asking me, hey, it's already late. It's like 11:15, 11:20. They're still celebrating the New Year over there. and they are saying that it's time for me to go home, so I'm going to go home. And in the meantime, look down there and you will see my subscribe button. Okay, red color, press red color button, turn green. You know, you won't turn green, it will turn black. Okay, please subscribe, help me to keep on going with these programs on Manglish and Singlish and whatnot, because I've seen a lot of other programs on this Manglish, and I kind of like was wanting to do it because I kind of like lived through it. You know, many of the others are done by foreigners who come to Malaysia and they experience the Manglish for themselves, and then they try to explain it. But I feel that I've got grassroots knowledge of this because I grew up 60 over years in this country. So I should be able to come up with more programs on Manglish and Singlish. And you know, Singlish Singapore is the same culture, melting pot of culture. So I can come up with more ideas. I've got lots of things to add on to this program, English versus Manglish. So bye for now, and remember to subscribe to my